Alrighty, what is up? Welcome, and today we are going to be talking about how to fix your daily habits as a gamer. Now, I consider myself a gamer. I like playing games, but I am also productive. I also work out. I also make content for you guys, and as on top of that, follow my Instagram. It'll be linked in the description below, as well as subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Comment if you have any questions or anything like that. But I will also be opening a exclusive community on School or either Whoop. So if you are interested in that, of course it's going to be a paid group. Then follow my Instagram and message me if you are interested for that before I decide on a price, and currently it's free, so go check that out. So, hopping straight into it. Now, this is the typical gamer, which is typically if you have a job. I hope you have a job. If you don't have a job, get a job. If you're in school, then assume this is your school time. Play around with a little bit. So, 7 a.m. you wake up. 8 a.m. either your parents, yourself, drive yourself to work or school. Then if you have school or work, depending on when you're working. So let's assume you have a 9 to 5 job. You work 9 to 5, you drive home 5 to 6, you have dinner 6 to 7, and you play games between 7 p.m. and 2 a.m. So that's about 6 hours. You do this every single day, and on weekends it's worse because you have all day probably to play games. Now, this here is fun without a doubt. I've done it before, and then after each gaming session you say the same thing, which is, man, I did nothing today and I kind of feel like crap about my life. The cycle inevitably repeats because you keep doing the same thing again and again and again, which is wake up, go to school or work, come home, play a game, don't work out, don't spend time with friends, let you play online with, your friends online, Minecraft, whatever you play, Fortnite, whatever. It's not real connection. It's playing a game together. And if you have friends that you only play games with and you don't hang out with real life, ask yourself, are they really your friends, or are they just your gamer friends? The reason I'm making this video is because if you want to, which you probably do, which is you want to upgrade your life in some sort of way. So you want to start working out, you want a better body, maybe you're fat, or maybe you want a girlfriend. So to get a girlfriend, there were two versions of you, and one was fat, they had the same personality. From version 2 of you, or version B, was, they worked out, they had a pretty consistent diet, they didn't look like crap, they slept 8 hours a day, they took care of their health, and they have the exact same personality. Do you think they would choose A or B? Obviously they would choose B. Why would you choose person A if person B is significantly better? Because they worked out, took care of their health, took care of their diet, was the exact same person. It just makes sense. Well, chances are you're probably a guy, because a lot of guys are gamers, and having a girlfriend, it's a good thing. Physical relationship, emotional relationship, and having a girlfriend is just cool. It's good. Breakups suck, breakups happen, I've gone through breakups, but that's for another story. So, if you do all of these things, you're going to ultimately land in this section, which is your dreams are gone. If your dream is to literally be a gamer and have that typical Cheeto dust on your fingers and be fat and be lazy and live with your parents until you're 40, then I guess you achieved your dream, which is a pretty mellow dream. Because who doesn't want money? Who doesn't want to work out? Who doesn't want a pretty decent body, good relationship, and good friendship circle? Everybody wants that. And this is ultimately going to lead you to no progress, no future partner, whether you're a male or female, no future kids if you want kids, and ultimately you're just awkward. So to avoid all of this, which is our fix on how to do this, and it's simply by, this is what I did, I fixed a bunch of things for me. I work out, I make more money, I work more, and a bunch of things like that. So reduce your gaming time to 30 to 60 minutes per day. That might sound like a moment. Trust me, if you learn to discipline yourself, do the fun things like playing games, and still have your life on track like this, which is, it lets you go from goals like getting that next achievement to goals beyond gaming, which is a more personal approach. So this is me, so you can apply this to your life if you do want this. So like it says, my personal goals take notes and think. For me, it was going to the gym, working my body. I went from 55 kilos maybe to now 75. It's not fat, it's muscle, and of course a little bit of fat because gotta eat more, work out more, maintain a consistent diet. And dieting is hard. It's possible, but it's a little bit difficult. Of course, if you try to diet for a very long amount of time, it gets boring and you sometimes want to binge eat. I've not been a binge eater, I've never had a problem with that, but I know people in my personal life do have a problem with binge eating. That's why they're still fat, or they are just getting more fat. So, go to the gym, work my body. Watch educational YouTube videos, whether it's my video, whether it's other self-improvement channels like Hamza, or any videos that are relating to making money. Andrew Tate even. Starting a new hobby, and go spend time with good friends. So this means not going out to drink necessarily. Maybe you just go and grab a bite, go grab steak, go grab a burger, go grab a protein drink. Don't do something like play video games together. Friendship that is based around video games, it's pretty much meaningless friendship. Now, that might be controversial, you might hate me for that, but it's true. Having friends that literally spend time with you in real life, you get to go eat with them, you get to go to the gym with them, that's a million times better than playing Fortnite and getting a duo or whatever it's called. I don't even play Fortnite. You can keep your house clean. Now, this is its own satisfaction. Once you clean your house, and your room's clean, your whole house is clean, your laundry is done, your bed's made, there's not crap all over the floor, it's got its own sort of sense of fulfillment, and it's just a good feeling. I need to clean my desk, admittedly, eventually, but I did the laundry, I made my bed, I cleaned this room, I cleaned downstairs, and it just makes you feel good when you come home after a long day. Maybe your day sucked. It's way better than coming to a home that was messy. So, also for me, which is my, hobby, which is posting content. More videos, higher audience, more money, and more money equals Porsche 911, which is my ultimate goal. And I can't get a Porsche 911 if I'm playing video games 6, 7, 8 hours a day. And my ultimate goal is to help others, so I want them to get into self-improvement while still being able to maintain 30 to 60 minutes per day playing video games. Now, me today, I've worked for 6 hours at my job. It's Saturday currently. I've worked out. I've maintained my diet. I've had like about 90, 100 grams of protein so far. And I've also gone to the shops, did my shopping, because you got to do what you got to do, right? And it's currently 2:45. I've not played a game, and today's pretty productive because I'm also doing this YouTube video for you guys. So that's why I also encourage all of you to check out my social media as well as YouTube, Instagram, and if you're interested in that community where we get like-minded people and we get the ball rolling, help you in these areas, and you all help each other become better. So this is the new schedule. So this is the old schedule where you waste pretty much 6 hours of your day, and this is the new schedule where you should follow up and use either a calendar or write it out in a book, do whatever you want to. Now the new calendar will look something like this. It's similar but different. 7 a.m. you wake up, 8 a.m. you drive to work, 9 to 5 you just work, 5 to 6 you drive back home, then 6 to 7 you have dinner. Now that schedule is the exact same as the one above. Then between 7 and 8, you work out. Yes, you might need to drive 5-10 minutes to a gym, or if you can, or if you would prefer to work out at home, buy a bench, buy a few dumbbells, or buy the adjustable good quality dumbbells and do a workout at home. So therefore you save on the commute time to going to the gym, because some people, the gym's pretty far for them, and after a long day you don't want to drive to the gym, because I've been there. So I know what it's like. So let's say go to the gym, go work out, then have a shower. If you want to have a long shower, if you're one of those people that don't have 5-minute showers, then you can have a half an hour shower. And that's including, drying your hair, washing your hair, brushing your teeth, doing all that sort of stuff. Now, between 8:30 and 9:30, once again, if you need to adjust this for your particular schedule, I don't know your schedule, then do that. So work on your goal, whatever it is. For me, it's making content like this YouTube video or TikToks, Instagram Shorts, anything like that. Then for me, I might spend an hour doing that. Then between 9:30 and 10, you can play a game. That's the schedule. You played for half an hour, you played for an hour, play around with the schedule, and you can still get a bunch of stuff done. And if you don't work that day, let's say it's a weekend or a Sunday or just a day you don't work, then you can fill this space up with not more gaming, but more stuff that you know you need to do. Write it down on a notepad, write it down in your phone, do whatever, because you will have time to do it if you aren't doing anything important on Saturday or Sunday, because majority of people don't work. So, moving on. Your goal for sleep, minimum 8 hours. If you struggle to get 8 hours, then find a way. Everything is possible. The only excuse I would accept as a reason to not get 8 hours is if you might have broken sleep, you might do shift work, you might be on call, or you might be a parent to a newborn baby and they cry and they need your attention. So those are the only valid reasons that I see. If you stay up to play games, that's childish, please stop. Or if you stay up too late to watch movies or Netflix or whatever, then that's also an excuse. Set an alarm and have a consistent bedtime and a wake up time. If you feel too tired, then maybe sleep an extra 1 or 2 hours. So, once again, you will wake up at 7 a.m. and if you need to get 8 hours, you can go to sleep at 11 p.m. or 10:30 p.m. The cutoff time for video games is also going to be 10 p.m. Now, depending on the schedule, you might need to flip this around, do whatever you need to do. So, after doing this entire schedule, you will have achieved your goal, you will have worked out, and you will have played a game. Now, with stuff like working out, creating content, etc., it's real life goals. Steam achievements, Xbox achievements, trophies for PlayStation, it's fantasy goals. Now, spend your weekends dedicated to your goals and don't waste it playing games for 10 hours a day. I've been there, it gets you nowhere. Before you know it, you're nearly 30 and you've gotten nowhere. Or you're that 45-year-old that's driving a shitbox of a car and who's living with 5 roommates. Don't want to be that guy. No offense to the person that is that guy. You can start changing it right now. So, this is a summary, which is spending less time gaming has helped me, so it will probably help you, because I'm a lazy person, which is I am now able to create content on YouTube, still see my friends and family on weekdays or weekends. I live in another state as them, so I might need to fly down and go see them. Build a body I am happy with and I'm bulking up. I work at least 60 hours a week and I make more money than I have in my life. More money makes it easier. Trust me, it's better than being broke. And it helps me save more money. And my financial ultimate goal is to buy a sports car, a Porsche 911. And I was able to do all of this while still gaming instead of wasting my whole day gaming. So I only spend a small amount, 30 minutes, maybe an hour maximum. After an hour, I just get disinterested. So my brain just automatically shuts off. That's the thing that will happen to you after that you've done this schedule for a while. Games are fun. They don't help out in real life. It's a hard pill to swallow. They are addicting. They are made to be that way. And trust me, I get it. I used to be a full-on gamer. I got master prestige in Call of Duty. I got all the gold guns. I got all the diamond guns. I get it. Games are fun, but they don't help you progress in real life. So, hope this video helped. Once again, check out my Instagram and my YouTube, other videos maybe. Subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Hope this helped.